Have you ever found yourself trapped in a cycle of overthinking, where every decision feels monumental and every choice seems to carry impossible consequences? You're not alone. Many people experience this mental paralysis, constantly weighing options, imagining worst-case scenarios, and doubting their own judgment. Overthinking can feel safe at first, like you're being thorough or responsible, but in reality, it often keeps you stuck, preventing you from moving forward. Every moment spent second-guessing yourself is a moment lost, a moment where opportunities pass by quietly, unnoticed. The problem is not that your mind is working too hard. It's that it's working in the wrong direction, looping endlessly over the same worries, fears, and uncertainties. The good news is that this cycle can be broken. By understanding how your thoughts shape your decisions and learning simple, practical strategies to redirect your mental energy, you can shift from hesitation to confident action. Inspired by the teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, this approach emphasizes the power of the mind and the importance of trusting your inner guidance. Dr. Murphy always reminded us that the mind has enormous potential when directed correctly, and that clarity comes from focused thought, not constant rumination. The first step in breaking free from overthinking is awareness. You need to notice when your mind is spinning in circles and acknowledge that overanalyzing is holding you back. This isn't about judgment or self-criticism. It's about observation and understanding. Once you recognize these patterns, you can begin to intervene intentionally, choosing to replace endless doubt with deliberate action. One effective strategy is to give yourself clear deadlines. Overthinking often arises when decisions feel open-ended or when there is no pressure to act. By setting a reasonable time frame for evaluation and making a choice within it, you create a natural structure that limits mental wandering. Another technique is journaling. Writing down your thoughts allows you to see them objectively, evaluate them logically, and identify recurring fears or misconceptions. When thoughts are externalized on paper, they lose some of their power and can be assessed with a calmer perspective. Visualization, another method Dr. Joseph Murphy emphasized, is also extremely powerful. Imagine yourself successfully making a decision, feeling confident and at peace with your choice. This trains your subconscious mind to associate decision-making with clarity and confidence rather than fear and hesitation. Additionally, practicing self-compassion is essential. Overthinking often comes with a harsh inner critic, constantly questioning your worth and abilities. Recognize that no decision is perfect, and mistakes are opportunities for growth, not proof of inadequacy. By combining awareness, structured action, visualization, and kindness toward yourself, you create a foundation for decisive action. Over time, this practice rewires your thought patterns, gradually replacing doubt and indecision with clarity and confidence. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate thinking entirely. It's to guide it toward productive, constructive outcomes rather than destructive loops. With patience and practice, you can transform the way you approach decisions, embracing a mindset that prioritizes action, trust, and inner certainty. Inspired by Dr. Joseph Murphy's principles, this approach reminds us that our minds are powerful tools, and when harnessed intentionally, they can lead us from overthinking to purposeful, decisive action. Once you understand the importance of moving from overthinking to decisive action, the next step is learning practical techniques that guide your mind toward clarity and confidence. Dr. Joseph Murphy often emphasized that our thoughts are like seeds. The ideas we nurture grow stronger, shaping our behaviors and our reality. If you repeatedly dwell on fear, doubt, or what-ifs, your subconscious mind begins to accept these thoughts as truths, reinforcing hesitation. Conversely, if you consciously feed your mind thoughts of certainty, trust, and constructive solutions, you build a foundation for decisive action. One of the simplest yet most effective exercises is the decision journal. Each time you face a choice, large or small, write down the options, the potential outcomes, and the reasons you feel drawn to each choice. Then, after a short reflection period, never more than a set time you assign yourself, choose the option that feels right. Commit to it fully, without returning to second-guess your decision. This small act of discipline trains your mind to move past hesitation and trust your inner guidance. Another powerful method is visualization, which Dr. Joseph Murphy often highlighted as a tool to engage the subconscious. Close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself taking the action you've been postponing. Picture the steps, the outcome, and most importantly, how it feels to act confidently and successfully. The more detailed your visualization, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept that this action is not only possible, but natural for you. Over time, this creates a sense of momentum, making it easier to act decisively in real-life situations. Affirmations also play a key role. Statements like, "I trust my judgment," "I make decisions with clarity and confidence," or "I act with purpose and certainty," may seem simple, but when repeated consistently, they influence your subconscious to embrace these beliefs as truth. Dr. Murphy taught that the subconscious cannot differentiate between imagined success and actual experience. It responds to the thought patterns it is fed. Pairing affirmations with calm, focused breathing amplifies their impact, allowing your mind to absorb them fully. It's equally important to create an environment that supports decisive action. Reduce distractions, set clear priorities, and surround yourself with people who encourage confidence rather than doubt. When your environment aligns with your intentions, your brain can focus on solutions rather than obstacles. Equally vital is learning to accept imperfection. Many people hesitate because they fear mistakes, but action, even imperfect action, is infinitely more valuable than prolonged inaction. Treat mistakes as learning opportunities, adjusting your approach as needed rather than as failures. Finally, make reflection a regular habit. At the end of each day or week, review your decisions, celebrate the choices you made confidently, and note areas for improvement. This reflection reinforces growth and strengthens your decision-making muscle over time. By consistently applying these strategies, inspired by Dr. Joseph Murphy, you gradually replace doubt with certainty, hesitation with action, and fear with confidence. What once felt impossible, making decisions quickly and trusting yourself, becomes natural and empowering. The key is consistency, patience, and a willingness to guide your mind deliberately, transforming overthinking into a tool for clarity and success rather than a barrier to progress. Even after learning the techniques to overcome overthinking and make confident decisions, one of the greatest challenges is consistently applying them in real life. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances often test your ability to trust yourself and act decisively. It's easy to slip back into old habits of hesitation and self-doubt, especially when decisions feel high stakes or when past experiences have left lingering fears. This is where the principles inspired by Dr. Joseph Murphy become invaluable, because they are designed not only to guide action, but also to reshape the way you think about your own capabilities. One essential practice is to treat each decision, no matter how small, as an opportunity to strengthen your confidence. For example, choosing what to eat, planning your day, or setting a simple personal goal might seem insignificant, but taking deliberate, mindful action in these small areas builds a foundation for tackling larger, more complex decisions. Over time, this repeated practice trains your mind to trust itself naturally, reducing the anxiety that comes from uncertainty. Another critical approach is reframing challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. When faced with a difficult choice or a situation that feels overwhelming, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this move me forward? By shifting your focus from fear to growth, you engage the problem-solving part of your mind instead of getting stuck in worry loops. Visualization remains a powerful tool here. Before making a decision, take a few moments to imagine yourself navigating the situation successfully. Picture yourself calm, confident, and resourceful. Imagine the positive impact of your choice, the ease with which you carry it out, and the satisfaction of completing the action. When this practice is repeated regularly, your subconscious mind begins to expect and support positive outcomes, making it easier to act decisively when real-life situations arise. Accountability is another important factor in maintaining progress. Share your intentions or decisions with someone you trust, whether a friend, mentor, or colleague. Verbalizing your plans reinforces commitment and makes it more likely that you will follow through. At the same time, practice self-compassion for moments when hesitation occurs. No one becomes decisive overnight, and setbacks are part of the growth process. Treat these moments as reminders to return to your practices rather than as failures. Dr. Joseph Murphy often emphasized the power of repetition and consistency. By continually engaging in focused thought, visualization, affirmation, and deliberate action, you gradually rewire your mind to operate from confidence rather than fear. Over time, decisive action becomes habitual, almost instinctive, and you start to notice that opportunities no longer pass by unnoticed. Instead, you are prepared to act swiftly and effectively, trusting your judgment and embracing the outcomes, whether perfect or imperfect. Finally, it is crucial to celebrate your progress. Every decision you make confidently, every moment you overcome hesitation, is a step toward mastery. Recognize these achievements, no matter how small, because they reinforce your ability to act decisively and empower you to continue growing. By integrating these principles into daily life, inspired by Dr. Joseph Murphy, you transform overthinking into purposeful action, hesitation into confidence, and fear into opportunity. This is not an overnight process, but with dedication, your mind can become a powerful ally, guiding you toward clarity, certainty, and success in every aspect of life.